Today I'm gonna make a vegan feijoada. I'm not Brazilian, but I am absolutely in love with Brazilian Portuguese and Brazilian culture. And so today I decided to make feijoada for Valentine's Day to celebrate all that love. And yeah, it's my first time making feijoada. I've cooked beans many times, but this is a little bit more complex. So I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I wanted to bring you guys along. So let me first show you the ingredients. This is our main ingredient, the black beans, feijão. So I soak these beans. These are 2 cups of beans. I soaked them during the night. So last night, we're working with fresh beans. And plus, growing up, I always used fresh beans, never the canned ones. But since this is gonna be a vegan feijoada, we're going to just use some vegetables. So we have this butternut squash. I wanted to get very fleshy vegetables. So we have this root vegetable, the batata, which is slightly different from the sweet potato. This is a sweet potato that grows in Central to South America, or that's endemic to Central and South America. Then I'm going to use a bell pepper. Since we're not using any meat, we're going to use some baby bella mushrooms. I'm also going to use some king oyster mushrooms and some lion's mane. Look how beautiful this mushroom is. A feijoada usually has that smoky, earthy flavor to it. So I'm gonna try to achieve that with some smoked paprika. I know it's not gonna be exactly the same, but I'm gonna use some smoked paprika. I'm gonna use some bay leaves, basic salt and pepper, some orange juice, and then the normal onions and garlic. Since we're cooking fresh beans, they're going to take a while. They might take 45 to an hour to cook. So I wanna make sure that they're cooking while I'm doing everything else. I ended up using half of the butternut squash because I think that's gonna be enough. Now onto the rest of the vegetables. Now I'm gonna put the chopped vegetables in my casserole. I'm gonna put the bell peppers in a separate casserole together with the mushrooms because they're gonna take less time to cook and I want to make sure I can remove them from the oven before the other vegetables. I'm going to preheat this at 400, that's 400 Fahrenheit. I want to use plenty of mushrooms because they reduce a lot since they have so much water. So for the mushrooms, instead of using a knife, I'm just going to cut them in chunks like this with my fingers because I want to mimic chunks of meat. Now I'm gonna go ahead and chop my onions and my garlic. Actually, with my onions, I'm gonna use my onion chopper. I got this a while ago, and after I started using this, I asked myself, why haven't I been using this all along? It's a time saver. Oh, it's time to check the beans. First, let me show you how this works. So you don't even need to chop them that much. I'm just doing the most. I do have this, and I got it for my partner as a gift one day, and is supposed to help you peel the garlic. So let's try using this. It works more or less. I think you gotta rub it down quite hard. So let's try again. Okay. Yeah, let's keep using this. This might look like a lot for some of you, but I want my oil with all the spices infused in the oil to cover my vegetables, and those are a lot of vegetables. I'm going to let my onions cook for about 2 minutes. It's important to always cook your onions before the garlic because garlic will not take too long to cook. I need more space for my beans and for all the vegetables, so I'm going to transfer my beans to another pot. Then I'm going to use this pot for my rice. I was supposed to cover the casserole with the vegetables with some aluminum foil because I noticed that they're drying up. So I need to do that now. They've been cooking for about 20 minutes and they're drying up. So I need to cover them. Oh no. Okay, hopefully I don't melt my microphone. The butternut squash. And let's also remove the mushrooms. I'm gonna add a little bit of water from the beans. And then I'm gonna cover the casserole. I should have done this at the beginning. Oh. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna leave it for 10 minutes and then I'm gonna check it. Check my rice. Nice and pasty. So I'm going to turn off the rice and let it finish cooking in its own heat. I was worried, but I think we saved the vegetables, guys. Good tip is to use the aluminum foil without any fear to make sure that your casserole traps all of the moisture from your vegetables. I just don't know if there are certain types of aluminum foil that you should not be using, but this aluminum foil that I use says for baking and storing. So now let's bring back the beans I'm going to blend some of my beans to make sure that the consistency of the feijoada is creamy. So I'm going to just blend 2 cups of beans with some of that water that I saved from cooking the beans. And let me show you how. This is a little trick that I learned from my mom, because this is actually what she does every time she makes beans, just, normal beans and rice. So yeah, so I have 2 cups of beans here, cooked beans, and they're not super hot right now, so it's gonna be okay for my my NutriBullet blender. And this is the water I was telling you that I saved from the beans to play with the creaminess and the consistency that I want for the feijoada. So if you're Brazilian, please let me know what do you do with the beans after you cook them? How do you achieve the consistency that you want? Okay, so that was 2 cups of cooked beans and 2 cups of water. Let's blend. That's looking okay. It still looks pretty liquidy for me, for my taste, but it is going to simmer later on with the other ingredients. Okay, after 3 hours, this is what I achieved. I'm not sure how I feel. Okay, so let me be my own judge here. The rice is good. Now for the feijoada. I'm not going to be the type of YouTuber that says what everybody wants to hear, which is probably that this is amazing. I think it's decent. I think it's a decent feijoada. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and leave me a comment or give me a little bit of moral support. And I hope to see you around with my next videos. Remember my podcast that you can listen to while you're commuting to work or getting ready to go to work. And see you next time.